What's up, guys? 370 Gaming here, and I just got back from Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor 14, and again, another great show. Another show with, pretty predictable booking, and New Japan guys going over, but that's what do you expect from a Ring of Honor show? But yeah, I thought I could go over the card really quick and provide some insight from being there live. I do have to say, first of all, that when I got my seat, I was directed towards the wrong seat and sat there for the majority of the first match, and or may have been the whole first match. And I was told that it was my wrong seat, and that I had to go to a different seat, and they they led me all around the freaking building to get me to a right seat. When I did end up with the seat I was supposed to have. It was a better angle than my first seat, but there was some asshole next to me that was just cheering all the fucking heels. I know Ring of Honor cheers heels, but this guy was just stubbornly fucking yelling things that had nothing to do with the action, or if it did have to do with the action, it was just really stubborn. When in the Lethal and Cole match, they're just chanting let's go Lethal, and you go let's go Cole or Adam Cole or whatever, but he wouldn't stop. There was a couple in front of us, and he just kept going and going and going, and they were just very polite, let's go Lethal. And he's like, Adam Cole! And I was like, I'm sorry, I just blew out your ears, but that's basically what the fuck he was doing, and it was really fucking annoying. It was just loud, it was right in my ear. He kind of almost ruined my time, but he didn't. It doesn't matter. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna go over the card right now. From what I've seen, I got there in the middle of the Veda Scott Candice LeRae match. I really wanted to see that from the beginning. This match will probably end up on the ROH YouTube channel as an internet exclusive. Yeah, Candice LeRae got the win. So that was, it was a pretty good match from what I saw. I only saw about, maybe the second half of it. And, those are when the matches usually, turn up. So, yeah, I I would have liked to see the full match. Let's just say that much. The second match, which may have been an unofficial pre-show, unless there's just two internet exclusives, which may be possible. This was Will Ferrara and Kenny King. Now, when Kenny King comes out, the whole cabinet gets this wacky, ridiculous entrance about making wrestling great again, and it was quite a sight to see. I had really shitty footage on my phone. That was another thing. I tried to get live footage. My phone is just not good for this. The camera's not good. One of these days when I have actual shoot money, I'll buy a really good camera that can take decent footage. You know what I mean? But that's apparently not today, which is really unfortunate because I did have a decent angle. I'm not gonna say great, but I was third row, so pretty good. I'm all over the place. I'm just jazzed up. I'm excited. But yeah, so the Will Ferrara, Kenny King very shortly turned into a six-man with the cabinet, Will Ferrara, Cheeseburger. I'm not sure who the third guy was. I think it was Joey Daddiego from formerly the House of Truth. I think it was him. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But it was a six-man that the cabinet won. Nothing much to it. The pay-per-view opened, and we had a four-way match for the number one contendership to the TV title. On the podcast, Chad Talks podcast, I did predict that Donovan Dijak would win this match, and he did, as I thought. But the match itself really surprised me, as in all four guys got some decent shine, with the most going on Lio Rush and Dijak, because, Kamitachi, Jay White kind of cancel each other out with their little rivalry. But Lio Rush, I hadn't seen much of Lio Rush. I was really impressed with his work. And, Dijak did what he had to do. That fucking springboard, oh my god, he did a springboard corkscrew or some shit? I didn't know Donovan Dijak could fucking springboard like that. What a man. What a fucking man. So hats off to him. That was a great match. That was a great opener. I'm looking here at the match times. It was an 8-minute match. It felt the right amount of time. It made me happy. It was good all around. The next match we had was Silas Young and Katsuyori Shibata. The crowd was pretty hyped for Shibata. This lady I was originally sitting next to when I had the wrong seat, she had a shirt that said I drove, and it was over 1,000 miles for Shibata, and I was like, holy shit. But yeah, man, people flew in from Japan for these Las Vegas shows like they did the last one. I saw a couple Japanese people there that were literally flew in from Japan. They weren't Japanese, but they lived in America. This was like they came from Japan. I just want to make that clear. Anyways, Silas Young, Shibata, they had a great fucking match. I loved the story they told. Silas Young, he's the real man's man of Ring of Honor, but who's manlier, than Shibata? Silas Young hits him with everything he's got, but Shibata's just too fucking tough. And they have a very manly, kind of handshake, kind of agreement at the end. Where Silas Young maybe has met his match in terms of the manliness. So that was pretty cool. The third match on the card, officially, was Bullet Club with Yujiro Takahashi and the Gorillas of Destiny. Is that their name? Gorillas of Destiny? I forget their name. Yujiro did not have Mao. I was disappointed. It was very sad. I didn't expect him to have Mao, I'm not going to lie. But, we were in Vegas. He could have had some women with him, could have been anybody. Chaos, Roppongi Vice, and Toru Yano. Yano did not sell me a DVD. I was ready to buy him. I had, $10-20 out, ready to go. He did not sell his DVDs. They did the turnbuckle spot where he couldn't untie the turnbuckle because it wasn't the New Japan turnbuckles. I thought that was hysterical. I loved this match in general. I thought there were some good comedy spots, some good serious spots. Yeah, and I mean, I like it. I like it all together, man. I was a fan. When God, talk much. When Hangman Page came out, I was really upset because I didn't want him to hang Toru Yano, but he didn't because Jay Briscoe came out and they went right into the next match, which blew me away. This match was crazy. Hangman Page and Jay Briscoe was like a grudge match, and like looking at this on paper, you would think, okay, Page wins it. He kind of gets stepped up to the next level, but I really didn't think that was going to be the case. I kind of just thought Jay was going to win. I also forgot that it was like a street fight, so like when they started using fucking chairs and using, doing the tables and the noose gimmick, and I was just like, oh shit, like what the hell happened? And you quickly realize that it's a fucking street fight. And I'm looking here, it went about 17, almost 18 minutes, and that was 18 minutes well spent. I thought they did a great job. When Briscoe took Page's move, I fucking forgot what it's called, but he took Page's move through the fucking table and it cut him on it. I was just like, that was the fucking sickest table bump. Like, I've seen the J Driller through a table from it was the last like a year ago, the 13th anniversary. He did a J Driller through a table, and I was like, that's like the fucking sickest table spot I've ever seen. That was the sickest table spot I've ever seen right here. Page putting fucking Jay Briscoe through that shit. That was crazy. I mean, if you take out, like, psychology, like, if we're just going, like, straight in-ring work and in-ring in general, I think that's probably my match of the night. I'm not gonna lie. Page defeats Jay Briscoe, and that was... what a way to get Hangman Page over. I know, he's more over in my eyes, personally. The next match was Dalton Castle and Okada. You knew Castle wasn't going to win. You knew Okada was going to win, but Okada gave Dalton Castle a lot of shine. They had a lot of stuff to work with there. Castle, if you're playing TEW, Keep Strong was definitely marked for Dalton Castle. He had the majority of the match. And there was a lot of good comedy with the boys at ringside, and they liked Okada, but, of course, they loved Castle more. And they were torn, and, Castle's like, what are you doing, But it was all good, and they made up in the end. And even though Castle lost, he still looked really strong in there with Okada, which was the plan all along. But, it was nice. It was better than I thought, quite frankly. So, good job to them. Bobby Fish and Mark Briscoe. I didn't have much heat for this match coming in. I didn't have much leaving it. I'm not I don't want to shit on Bobby Fish and Mark Briscoe because they put on a decent match, but I see it's 16 minutes here. I don't know. I just didn't care that much. It might be a personal thing. I don't know, but I don't know. Bobby Fish won. There you go. It also didn't help that the guy next to me that was yelling before, just Bobby Fish, and then everybody a dueling chant would go, and they'd chant chicken for Mark Briscoe, and he'd chant Fish. He'd be the only person chanting for Bobby fucking Fish, and he's the only one, and he's stubborn because he's drank 2 beers at this point, and he's fucking stubbornly yelling Bobby Fish, and he's stubbornly yelling Fish, let's go Fish. He's just stubbornly yelling it louder and louder and louder. I'm like, you're not going to accomplish anything. Like, you beat the casual fans in the fucking audience that want Mark Briscoe to win, or the hardcore fans that just like Mark Briscoe. Like, fuck them, right? Like, you have to be louder and more aggressive. Fuck you. Fuck that guy. Next match, in the fucking pay-per-view, we had the triple threat tag team match. I fucking popped huge for Los Ingobernables. I was so fucking excited to see them live. I did tweet about this before making this video. When Evil came out, if you can, and I want to see the pay-per-view back. Let me know if you've heard it in the comments. But in the pay-per-view, when Evil came out and he did the laser hand gimmick, for Max Marvelous, I yelled, "Everything's evil!" I yelled it like as hard as I could when like everybody was silent. I yelled "Everything's evil" as hard as I could. I swear to God, that better show up on the pay-per-view feed. I hope that showed up. But this was a great match. This exceeded my expectations. They gave it 15 minutes. That's longer than I thought. I do know they keep their tag team titles, in pretty high regard. Getting the semi-main, a lot of star power with Los Ingobernables, Tanahashi, Elgin, etc. I kind of thought the Addiction was going to win, basically. I did predict Ingobernables, but that was mostly because I wanted them to win. But I thought the Addiction would pull it out somehow, and they did. And it was kind of weird, because, like, Tanahashi was pinning Evil, and then Christopher Daniels kind of ran in and, like, pinned on both of them. It was weird. It was a strange finish, but it was a good match in general. Yeah, and, the crowd was hot for, like, everybody in this match. Like, even the Addiction was getting, decent reactions here. But it was just crazy to see, and I think I was just swept up in the Ingobernables. And, yeah, great stuff there. Main event, Adam Cole, Jay Lethal, world title. The fucking guy next to me ruined the majority of this match chanting for Adam Cole stubbornly. There's a difference between chanting Adam Cole or like when Adam Cole goes, "Adam Cole, baby," and you go, "Adam Cole, baby." Like, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But like when you're stubbornly trying to beat out these clearly casual fans that are like in the front that are like, "Let's go Lethal," these like couples, like, the woman has never seen like a fucking Ring of Honor show in her life, and like him and her boyfriend are like, "Let's go Lethal." And he's like, "Adam Cole, let's go Cole," every time, "Let's go Cole," and like he wouldn't let anybody get one up on him. This man had to be the biggest fucking chanting person in the arena. Congratulations, you fuck. Anyways, Adam Cole, Jay Lethal put on a great goddamn match. 5 stars for Psychology. The ring work was great. I'm not saying the in-ring work was bad, but I'm just saying, the Psychology was just fucking completely spot on. I was hooked from minute 1 to the end. I'm like the biggest Jay Lethal fan, so it kind of hurt to see Adam Cole win, but I mean, Adam Cole was going to be the only guy that could conceivably beat Jay Lethal. Like, let's be honest, Adam Cole was the only one that was going to win that was going to beat Jay Lethal for the title. Who the fuck else was going to do it? You know what I mean? So, they put on a great match. 24 minutes it went. That was a good decision. They really made the most of every single minute out there. Adam Cole put on a dickheadish, little title celebration, being an asshole. And Kyle O'Reilly came out after the match and attacked Adam Cole. Crowd popped for Kyle O'Reilly. That was pretty good. From where I was standing, it was a similar reception to like when he returned at PWG and the people were like jumping up and down. Like, I was literally seeing people jump up and down for Kyle O'Reilly. I think people love the Adam Cole Kyle O'Reilly feud. So that was a great idea. I'm liking this in storyline wise, feud wise. This is a great next step. Like I said, as much as I would wish that Jay Lethal could just hold the title forever, that is not the case. And the feed went off after Kyle hit him and was like, amped up and shit, and then like the feed went down. Because then he left, people cheered, it was cool. And then after all of that, the crowd kind of like almost died because like I think it sunk in. I think it sunk in that Jay Lethal had lost the Ring of Honor title because people kind of got a little down. And then when Jay Lethal was kind of getting up to his feet, everybody, "Thank you, Lethal, thank you, Lethal." And apparently I heard ROH like tweeted, "Thank you, Lethal." I don't know if Lethal's like leaving. I don't know what's going on. I don't expect him to be at the TV tapings tomorrow night. I'm recording this the night of the pay-per-view. But yeah, so it looks like Lethal may be taking a break, or I don't know. Maybe we're just getting worked. Who knows? We're a bunch of marks. But yeah, so that was my thoughts about the show. I also wanted to show you guys really quick my dank merchandise I bought. You can see there, I bought the Jay Lethal shirt in memoriam of his brilliant title reign. I bought the Young Bucks Super Kick shirt. I had not seen that shirt like anywhere online. I was like really surprised to see it there. And I finally got my baby, my Los Ingobernables de Japón shirt. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I also bought the coloring book. Because why the fuck not? Apparently I just have a lot of money and I could just buy ROH coloring books, because that's the thing. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching so much. Let me know what you thought about Death Before Dishonor in the comments below. Like the video. Subscribe for further wrestling content in general. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.